Good morning, everybody. I wanted to give you an update. It's been a long week here at our homestead. We've had some sickness roll through here, and we're still dealing with the residuals of it. But my pilot is acting bucky again. But as you can see, look how wide my girls are starting to get. This one here especially. Let's see. She's getting wide. Look at that. Yep. Figuring 2 more months, we'll have babies. Yeah, see, 2 more months. Look at this guy. We did find out they like oranges. So we had picked up produce, I think it was at Winn-Dixie, and it was really bad. So we weren't going to eat it. But it wasn't bad to the point it was rotten. It wasn't good flavor. We gave the oranges to these guys. They loved it. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. See, I'm being bucky. I think she's bred, though. I don't think she's putting up with the attention, but I don't think she's gonna do much more than that. He's definitely acting bucky. It could be that one of my young goats are coming into heat. I don't know. He's sure giving her a lot of attention, though. But she was the one we struggled to get weight on, and then all of a sudden she's ballooned. So we're really thinking she's already been bred. She's not urinating for him, even though he's been after her for a few days now. I think he's just wanting to get his frustrations taken care of, but these girls won't take him, I don't think. He does the head rubbing to me, too. If I put my hand in, that's the first thing he wants to do is get his horns rubbed. What little horn he has, which is like nothing, just bumps on his head. Uh-oh. She's going down there to check out that kitty cat that's down there. See the gray cat? That's Smokey. Yeah, he's acting awfully bucky. What, Pilot? Look how wide these girls are. I don't think they're interested. He's got 2 months yet to go before we're going to be putting Nala in with him. And when Nala goes in with him, if these girls have babies, we're going to put them in with Bella so she's not by herself. We don't want any goats by themselves. It's really not good for them mentally. Yeah, look at his hair standing up. I gotta tell you, he has come so far since we got him. He's just adorable now, even when he's stinky bucky. Say, even when I stink like a buck. Yeah. He cracks me up every time. So we start talking. We have probably about, I couldn't tell you in foot, but we're going to take a measurement. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. You coughing up cud? Are you going to chew cud for a while? Goodness. Oh. Well, stop hanging yourself on the fence. Get off the fence. That's not helping. Go on, get. Ah, he's strong, guys. He's small, but he's strong. We've been throwing hay here because they can't pee and poop on it. Once it's peed and pooped on, they won't touch it. Because what's left of their bale over there, you can see the height there yet, they won't touch. So as it's, we're going to have to get in there and we're going to have to fork it all out, which that's in the plans as soon as we gain some strength back here. Looks like we're going to have some help to hang some siding. The week after Thanksgiving, you might see the siding get put up. The rest of it anyway, which is great because really, guys, I can't really help much because I have no strength for lifting, and then my back will go out and then I'll be down for days. So I was also at the doctor's a week ago, and they finally read my blood work. It was the second visit just to get blood work read, and it looks like I'm pre-diabetic. So I've had to make some changes to my diet. I'm now on a very low carb, low sugar diet. And that's a struggle for me. I'm doing it, but it is a struggle because I love my rice, pasta, and potatoes. I could live on that alone. So last night I made chicken patties with cheese on them. And then I also did a big pot of collard greens with field peas and snap beans. And that was my main course. And then I had like a large tablespoon of rice with that. So, where normally I would eat a whole cup of rice, I only had a large tablespoon. So I cut way, way back. There's so much going on here, guys. It's a little foggy out this morning. That's why it's not bright and crisp and clear. And the babies are crying. And hopefully when our company comes up, we'll have a couple bonfires. That's why we're saving this. Because when they're here, we love to get the fires going. And we have put up some more. Let's see if I can get you a good shot of this. Look at the dust. That's from behind the goats there. The third property over, they have treed the lot. And when I say treed the lot, they have like 40 acres. They put, I think, probably 35 of those acres, they took all the trees down. Heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking to me. I can't stand to see it. Because I know how it displaces the wildlife. Cody, Ginger, come back. They keep wandering up the driveway, and we're teaching them that the line right here is their line. I don't want them up the driveway unless we're walking with them. One of the big things we got done yesterday, and you see this, is we're in the chicken coop, okay? We brought the guineas out. I don't know if you can see them. We brought them out. They are now outside birds. They're big, they're feathered, they're eating wonderful. They go through one of these feeders a day, plus I sprinkled some in there. I gotta give them fresh water today yet. They'll go through a full water and a full feeder every day. So they're eating really, really good. They're growing fast. And the reason we brought them out was, one, they were stinking up the house. The 2 brooders in the house was too much. And they're fully feathered, and we want them to start acclimating in the coop with the chickens. That way they have lots of protection. They have a rooster here for protection. And they have 1, 2, and then their cage is the 3rd layer of protection from predators. So we should have full, we should be successful here with them. And the game plan is when they come out of that brooder, then we'll be looking to soon put the chicks out here. And we're going to do the same system. They're going to go in the brooder, in with the chickens. Everybody gets to know each other. And then we'll be able to turn them loose. But so far, they're doing wonderful. The chickens are doing good. They have slowed down in laying, which we expected. And my older chickens, these guys here, are still roosting in here. And not to get into the poop subject, but they roosted there for so long, I ended up moving that forward so that we can fertilize another spot here. I should run this through the orchard. That's where the fertilization is really needed. We got some more wood done, and this was the week before Jim got sick. Jim went down really hard with the flu. It's like he just started with stomach cramps, then the diarrhea kicked in, and then a major fever hit him, and he went down really hard, and yesterday was really his first day up. And he actually came out and did a few little things, like helping me get the guineas moved and stuff. We have a cold front coming in, and a cold front for us is it's going to stay in the 70s instead of the 80s or 90s. And we're going to, there's a surprise under here. We'll have to review that when we get there. We got this stuff picked up and here, and then Jim went down the same night we did this. He went down. And I'm thinking he got the flu because we've been chasing wood, and he always thanks the people and shakes their hands. And I think he got the flu by doing that. I don't do that. I'll thank people, but I don't shake hands. Girls get away with that. But he's always trying to be the gentleman and doing the right thing. One of our other projects, Nala, this was the old goat pen. And we had hay on top. We had another board, which is sitting back there, on top of this, and then hay. And that was where they slept at night. And then this was their rain shelter. Well, Nala climbed this and put holes in the tarp. So we had to do a real quick fix to this, and putting another tarp on wasn't going to fix it. She knows she can climb it, so that was done. So we pulled that out. That's the thing with goats. They're smart. And Jim has been trying to get this finished. He put this together in about 2 days, and he didn't get it finished because he got the flu. So they're calling for rain today, and I think Saturday or Sunday of this week. But as you can see, it's all dried in. It's got the T-Vec wrapped around where these wood slats are, so no rain can get in. We've even added the hanging door here. That's a door, and it's just so that it keeps some of the cold air out at night. And let me tell you, with just 2 small goats, that thing gets toasty. They love it. They absolutely love it. Look at them being nice to each other. And one of the keys with this goat house is, one, it's small, so it's only for like maybe up to 4 goats. That's it. Especially, a big goat, 2 big goats. These guys are fairly small. So 4 of these guys would probably fit nicely in there. And we got 4 wheels, 1 on each corner. So we can actually roll this, because once they're done in this section of the forest, they're going to this section. And we're going to just either hook it to the truck, or we're going to just push it and get it over here, and it'll go right in here, and that'll be their house in this section, because we're going to give them this entire area back here next. And then the goal is possibly, now I'm not committing to this, and we've been talking, but we're going to try and keep moving them this way. Look at all this. And bam, there's the solar panels. And what we want to do, we're going to probably end up taking these 2 back pines out. Because of winter light, we're not getting enough solar charge in the evenings that we should. And we're probably going to take a couple of pines right on the edge there. We're probably going to take a couple right there, just so that the morning sun can come in. But the cool thing here, I don't know if I can get you a good view. See if I can get past these solar panels. Yeah, Bella's still that mommy, mommy, or daddy, daddy cry all the time if we're outside. She just likes attention. Now, one of the things, we've got a lot of cleanup. This is a mess from him working on that goat shed. But it had to be done. Let me see if I can get up a little higher. As you can see, there's only 1 small tree here, and the tree line back there. We're hoping to possibly open all this up, and that'll deepen our view hugely. But we don't know what we're going to hit. We could hit big holes of water. We could hit several things, but going into dry season, this is the time to run the goats through here and see what we find. Keep in mind, we've never really been through all this back here. Now, we've ventured over here a little bit, not much, but over in here, somewhere right through here is a freshwater spring. And we're hoping, even if I can't trek it, we're hoping maybe Jim and his buddy, if they're up for a hike one weekend this winter, that they'll go through here and mark the spring with we have a little handheld hiking GPS, mark the spring, and then we're going to start looking to open a trail and start cleaning it of any debris that has flowed in, because we do get water that flows through from over here, which is the water management land. It flows right through the back there, but pretty far over. We probably have another 3 or 4 acres between us and that flow. So if we can clean the spring and get a pipe into it, we're so far ahead of the game for water. I think I'm being followed. There's a dog, there's a cat, there's 3 chickens. You're never alone out here, even when you go to shower. We're still showering outside. We have made no progress whatsoever on the rebuild of the shower. And we haven't made any progress as far as getting water in the cabin, running water. But we're doing okay with what we have for now. Again, a whole week has been lost through the flu. So it's just one baby step at a time. The fact that these little girls over here have a substantial shelter is a big step forward for our goat herd. And we are talking about, let's take a walk here. It's been a while since I made a video, so I'm going to bore you with a little more information. There are definitely some more plans to bring some more livestock to the homestead. And I won't give that away yet. It's definitely going to be down the road. We've got plans to be breeding the goats, number one. We know that. And we are also looking to breed meat rabbits. That we've also talked about before. But I found the bird, let's put it that way, because I can't handle big livestock, so I'm going to be breeding a specific type of bird, which I think will be very popular in this area. And I got the pearl gray guineas, so it's not them. So it's going to be something different. Look at this. This still hasn't grown back from the girls eating it. What we're talking about is finish clearing this of the debris. And I have loquats that I'm talking, in fact, I just talked to Jim the other night about it. Planting the loquats in here, right here in front of the cabin. And they grow up to be a big bush, and it will block the view of the cabin and give us a little more privacy. Because the woods have really thinned out this year. And I can actually see the dirt road from up by the cabin, which normally we can't see that. So, but Jim and I are talking. It's hard to see, but this goes way over. Where this tree line ends is our property. And we think the neighbor actually took a row of our trees down, thinking it was his line, but it was ours. But we're going to use what's left of that tree line because it's a straight line that goes all the way back. And we're going to fence it in. And here's why. Fences make great neighbors. That property right on the other side of our tree line is for sale. It's 40 acres. Great deer hunting property. But if someone decided to come in and homestead like we've done, obviously they're going to have livestock. They'll have dogs. The number one predator for goats is dogs, coyotes, dogs, stray dogs. And we do know that on the backside here, where the biggest part of our property is, those guys have 2 dogs and they're starting to roam. We're not happy about it. And we are going to take what measures we can to protect our goat herd. So what we're going to do, we're going to start on this side. We're going to put a line of fencing here. We're going to bring it across the very front to the driveway. And then we're going to run it down this side of the driveway. And that'll give them probably maybe up to 3 acres fenced in pasture. Now we can, because we like to do the rotational grazing because it reduces parasites in your goats and it lets an area recover from heavy grazing, which is what you're seeing us do with the young goats. We started over here, and then we put them over here, and then we brought them here, and then here, and now they're over there. So we're doing the rotational grazing with the young goats, and we do want to be able to do some of that with the older mature goats. So we are planning on fencing this in. Once we get this fenced in, we are going to get a livestock guardian. It will not be a dog. And I got reasons for that. We already have 2 dogs to feed. And we don't want another dog barking. I have insomnia that some nights all it takes is a distant dog barking and I can't sleep. And we know livestock guardian dogs are known for their barking all night long. I can't do that. So we're looking at our options for other livestock guardians. And when we get to that point, we'll talk some more about that. But we got some plans. That's what happens when well, when he was down sick, there was no communicating. I mean, he slept 3 days straight. And I was just trying to hold things together and do as much as I could without hurting my back. But you can see how thin everything is getting in here. This is a trail. Again, look how open it is. We don't open this. We don't walk this. We have a lot of wildlife that travels through this property. You see some, I don't know if you can see that back there. But there are, let's see, where is it? I don't think you can see it. But there's a couple the tops of the pine trees snapped off during Hurricane Irma. It looks like I see 2 of them there. And that's about all we had, nothing close to the cabin. You see how thin everything's looking? It's foggy. I was having a talk with some friends of mine, and they were saying how people are afraid to go out in the woods at night. And I'm like, well, that's kind of crazy. I said, I purposely come out and walk this driveway some nights after dark because it's the mystery, and you get to hear the owls calling, and you hear animals shifting in the woods. There's nothing like it. Just being peaceful in the woods. It's one of my favorite things. And when, like this morning, it would have been wonderful to take my cup of coffee and go sit on a porch. I don't have a porch yet. So that's definitely high on my list once the siding is up and the inside is all insulated and we start getting some interior walls covered. Look at that. We've had our issues with soft spots in the driveway. And this is definitely an ongoing issue. So, now we did find somebody's advertising a pile of dirt if you come pick it up. And that's great, but with Jim down and he's really doesn't have a lot of energy yet, those options are just not good for us right now. Give you a nice walk down the driveway. We'll have to cut some of like this tree we'll have to cut out because we plan on bringing a couple dump truck loads of stuff in when we have the extra money. And for them to be able to come in and out, these top of the driveway trees have to be trimmed back pretty hard. This stuff has been down, so this was nothing new. Some pretty pine cones in that one. I don't know if you can see that one. See that pine cone? That's a pretty pine cone. There's a couple more. So those are the things that catch my eye. Crazy, I know. This looks like a young pine that's been bent. No, that's not pine. Huh, that's weird. That looks like it's been pushed down. That's laying on top of that, and this is stuff that Jim cut down. So I don't know why that would be up like that. It should be on the ground. And these didn't fall. So I don't know how it would hook this little tree. And it is hooked down in there. Yeah, we're talking about when we run the fencing, we're going to bring it to this tree line, not the outer one. So it'll be one tree line in, and that's so that we can have the thick cover up front here that we have now. Here's another one that's down. See that? Lots of pine down. Kindling is never a problem here. We got lots of kindling. Slow down, buddy. God, I hate, even though we're on a dirt road, we don't really hear a lot of that back where we are. But just to see them flying down, if somebody's dog is out here, they're not gonna last long, you know? There's another arch. That's a new arch. That wasn't there before the hurricane. But this is the front of my property. These are the beauty berries. They're spent. I never did get out to get them. One, it was too hot. Two, with my back, when I take care of my normal daily chores, I'm usually pretty much done. So our goal is to start hiking this. There's a trail opening at the end of the, right in there, there's a trail opening that goes back. We're going to explore that if I can get to the point where I can start hiking. Now, the county actually comes in and they trimmed all this back, but look how far back they trimmed. They trimmed all the way back to my tree line here, which is crazy. We didn't want that. We came home one day, boom, done. It was done, guys. And they come through and they maintain this road. So, looks like they've been through and scraped again. But yeah, you see that end of that tree there? That's the last tree on our property, right there. And then there's the 29 acres is right next there. I don't think you can see the edge here. No, you can't. Looks like it's continuous, but it isn't. When you hit the end of our property, which is way down there, there's another opening, and that opens to the 40 acres that's for sale, plus the property next to it. And then you go down a little further to those trees, to those trees that are sticking out. That's where they just timbered. So, but nobody lives on any of those properties except for the 29 on this side. And that's a man and his son, from what my one neighbor told me. We are building relationships with our neighbors, which is one of our big goals. And it's an entire family that we've made a connection to that owns a huge part of this area back here. One part of the family farms it. The other part just lives on like an acre or two of the original family land. All right, Coder, let's go. My buddy, he goes everywhere I go. He's so funny. All right, we're gonna walk back to the cabin. We really need to cut this pine, but look at let's see if I can give you a good view here. There, look at the curve in that. We love it. We don't want to cut it. But every time we have a big truck come through, they have to kind of wiggle a little bit past the front few trees. And then as you can see, it opens up pretty good. All right, Coder. Let's head back and see what Dad's up to. All right, guys, that's an update for you. And hopefully we'll see some more things getting done. And we'll see our goats' bellies getting bigger. And so much more going on. The other chicks that I did the video on are in the house. Oh, goodness, Cody. He's going to stink up the place. But he likes to go to the bathroom far from the cabin, and I'm supportive of that. And those chicks are doing great. They're growing. Oh, my gosh, they've grown so much from little tiny fluff balls. They're getting feathers. And they're doing really good. I got to clean brooders if it doesn't start raining here soon. Oh, just heard a big wood snap right behind me. Something's moving. I'm hoping whatever lived on that 40 acres they just treed, I hope that all comes over here. That's my goal. All right, guys, that's the update for today. Ooh, I just saw this. Look at this. That's a dead pine tree. We got to take that one down. That'll fall down. I'll have to show that to Jim when he's up to walking. That's what I heard in the woods. A little troublemaker. We should have named him Dennis the Menace. All right, guys. This is getting to be a long video. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. And God bless y'all and have a wonderful day.